Welcome to Psychic Sunday. This is Reverend Kirti. Start your week with a spiritual tune-up. And this is part 2 of our series on how to change your life with energy. And today we're going to talk about the matrix room. Now, if you haven't watched the previous video, which talks all about the 3 types of matter, then I'm going to give a quick review today, but I really recommend that you go back and watch that before you watch this. Okay, so what we're going to cover, we're going to review the 3 types of energy. We're going to do the intro to the matrix room, and you will learn how to use the matrix room to your advantage. First of the review, pre-matter is the purest state of non-physical energy. It is all pure potential, and it is completely unshaped by intentions, previous thought patterns, behavioral patterns, or emotional patterns. This is your super awesome matter that you get to shape however you desire once you know how to consciously work with it. Vibrational or psychic energy is energy that is not yet in physical form, but it is out in the universe like radio waves. This can emanate from physical beings, non-physical beings, and future or past events. This is what psychics pick up on in your energy field, in your chakra system, whatever. Whenever I'm doing a reading, I am tuning into the psychic energy of you. And physical energy refers to energy that is in a physical state that can be easily sensed by the core physical senses, such as sight, touch, sound, taste, all of those. The energetic matrix room. This is my favorite room ever. This is where I do all of my shamanic work. I do shamanic work, by the way. And whenever I am working with someone's non-physical self, they show up to the matrix room. It's 100% distance. And this is how I find the blocks, transform the blocks, and remove any energy that no longer belongs in the energy system. So this is a very important room. I call it the matrix room because that's how it appears to me. The process you're about to learn about this room will allow you to work with the pre-matter, and you can more directly create the life and results that you want, as well as easily remove the energetic blocks and stuck energy. I'm going to teach you the exact process that I use in my shamanic healings. This is the non-physical realm. The energetic matrix is the non-physical realm that is devoid of the clothing or impressions that you use to perceive it. When you get a psychic vision, it is a construct within the energetic matrix. Whenever I'm doing shamanic work, for instance, someone's self will show up, their higher self, and then their higher self will show me what's going on with the energy through a psychic vision. They construct it in the energetic matrix. And then I take that energy and I do whatever is appropriate. If it needs to be cleared, I clear it out. If it needs to be strengthened, I strengthen it. This is the formless space that allows the messages to come through, and it allows you to work with the most pure energy possible. It's used as the bridge between the physical world and the non-physical world. My favorite part about this room is that whenever you're working in it, nothing's set in stone until you actually release and step out of the matrix room. So if you want to play with an energy here, just to see how it fits and how it works for you, you can play with it here without actually worrying about miscreating something in your physical life. The benefits of working in the matrix room is that you get to consciously work with pre-matter. This is creation station. It's wonderful. You can easily shift energies in your energetic matrix. So if you have a block in your heart chakra, for instance, if you go in here, you can just kind of remove it with the swipe of your hand by using your imagination, whatever. And that is really beneficial because it really cuts down on the time it takes to release blocks. You can create a lot more effortlessly, so you can go from zero to creation very quickly whenever you use this room. And now for the process. I am going to post a little copy paste of this process right below. That way you can see it and put it in your own document if you want, print it off, whatever. That way you can actually use this. I do encourage you to use this because what's the point of learning it if it's just intellectual? If you don't take action on it, what I'm teaching you today is absolutely useless. It's just mind candy, which is fun sometimes, but it's not actually helpful. So you want to gather any pen, paper, or meditation music that you need for your own process. I actually use Beyonce and other pop songs to get into a meditative state. I realize that's really quirky, but that's how I work. And so if you find that that kind of thing helps you meditate, use it. If you find it to be a huge distraction and you prefer the soothing music, do that. And if you like incense, whatever helps you get in your meditative process, use it. Get comfortable and situated. So you want to make sure your clothes are comfortable for meditation. I'm almost always in exercise or yoga clothing whenever I do this because I need to be able to move freely and not feel constricted. Now, I highly recommend, especially at the beginning, you do a clear the mind meditation for 3 to 5 minutes. This is simply following your breath in and out until you feel relaxed or the 3 to 5 minutes is up. You just follow the breath and you relax. You imagine walking up a celestial staircase and you raise your vibration. Once your vibration is high, you ask to go to the matrix room. And it looks a little bit different for everybody. The key here is that the matrix room should feel a little bit like primordial energy, like unformed energy. It's a little different than your white light room because that's going to be filled with light and love and healing. This is the stuff that's created before healing. This is pure energy. Now, once you're in this room, you want to create the event or experience you would like to have. You can do this. I am almost always moving whenever I do this. I'm almost always standing up. But you can do this purely in your mind. It's just as effective. It's about how it feels in your body. So you want to feel in your body when you are creating. You want to feel what's going on and you want to imagine it as vividly as possible. Now, whenever I do this, I like to move because that's what allows me to connect and it allows me to really feel like I'm there. Now, you may find that distracting. So if you find it distracting, just use your mind's eye, use your imagination, and feel what's happening in your auric body, which means around you, and in your emotional body. So what's going on with your emotions. When you feel a block in your energetic body, physically or energetically move it to what I like to call the transformation bin. I use a violet flame, and this is a very safe space. And it just takes the energy that you no longer want and it transforms it for the highest good of the universe. That way it's out of your physical field and it is also being transformed in a positive way. Now, one thing to note here is you do want to have some type of transformation bin or a violet flame. Otherwise, you're going to get a huge buildup of energy in whatever space you're working in. And this can cause some problems. The first time I used this process, I didn't know about grounding. I didn't know about the transformation bin. And I accidentally blew out our water heater because I used the energy and I released a lot of energy and I didn't really give it a good place to go once it was released. So you want to make sure you have an exit. Just imagine that bin, and as something goes into it, just imagine that it's transformed. That's all you need to do. You don't have to make this more complicated. Now, if a block feels particularly stuck, you can actually step out of your energetic body and look at it in the third person and then shift it from there. And you can do this as many times as necessary. I've had as many as 4 of my energetic bodies in the room at one time. That's a little bit advanced. I'd recommend just starting with 1. But that really helps you see everything that's going on because you can really separate things when you're in the matrix room. Again, this is all primordial energy. This is all pre-matter. So you can play with it safely while you're in this room. Just make sure everything's back together before you leave it. Once everything's back together and integrated, go back down the celestial staircase and fully ground and close up shop. I like to ground once I'm fully grounded and awake and aware. I like to eat just a little something. It can be a little piece of chocolate. You can drink some water. It doesn't necessarily have to be anything heavy. You just want to get fully back in your physical body again. And so go ahead and try this process yourself. What happened? What did you notice? Go ahead and share in the comments below. I'll be by to assist you in figuring it out. And thank you for watching. If you want a free chakra clearing meditation, make sure you're on the email list at spiritualmechanic.com. You get a free chakra clearing meditation and an 11-page PDF that tells you all about the chakras in simple and easy terms. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next week.